It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Heavy rainfall and gusty winds are expected in southern Oregon to central California, then push south into southern California through the day. Heavy snowfall is expected over the Sierra into the Intermountain West. Above average temperatures will continue across the plains and Mississippi Valley. Closer to home, scattered rain showers developing late tonight and tapering off or ending by Saturday night. West winds 10 to 20 miles per hour today, 20 to 30 on Friday and Saturday, gusting as high as 50 miles per hour along the eastern slopes of the mountains. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Former County Commissioner Coy Griffin's appeal concerning the removal from political office and the ban from ever holding political office. Well, the decision by the New Mexico Supreme Court, they declined to hear that appeal and permitted the judgment under the 14th Amendment interpretation to remain intact. Keep in mind that is without a guilty verdict. Griffin's attorneys filed a petition with the United States Supreme Court, but Griffin's opponents claim that the Supreme Court of the United States lacks jurisdiction over this case, and they say they should deny the petition. I spoke with former County Commissioner Coy Griffin on the phone.
We filed the petition with the Supreme Court, and now it's just kind of the legal process. And when we filed the petition, the plaintiffs in this case, the crew attorneys, they filed opposition to our petition, saying, referencing such things like the Supreme Court doesn't have the jurisdictional standing to look at it, other nonsense. But just a couple days ago, we filed a response to that. So now where we sit at the moment is the Supreme Court will be getting back to us by the 16th of February. And shortly after that, I believe that we will be scheduled to be orally argued in Washington, D.C. at the Supreme Court.
More details are on AlamogordoTownNews.com, as well as the interview, which can be heard in full on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. Following the fire at the Dudley School, people have assessed the damage.
It's mostly a lot of soot and a lot of ash. There's some damage to the flooring of the kitchen area where our boxes were sitting. And then also they had started some small fires in the 2 individual bathrooms that are in there as well. And so there's some damage in the bathrooms. Courtney
McCrary Squires of Many Hands speaking with Crazy Radio. Well, there's going to be a work day this coming Sunday from 2 to 4 in order to clean up the mess left by the fire.
Make sure that you're wearing attire that you're okay with getting dirty. Like I said, there's a lot of ash and soot inside the Dudley School, so you'll want to make sure that you're fully covered. I would say wear jeans and probably a lightweight long-sleeve shirt and closed-toed shoes. We'll be washing down the walls, so if anyone has a couple buckets that we could borrow, that could be really helpful. And then maybe even some sponges and washcloths.
Once again, that's Sunday from 2 to 4 at the Dudley School, 523 Maryland. Alamogordo Public Schools is thrilled that one of Alamogordo High School's very own received special recognition.
Hey, we're here to recognize you and congratulate you. You have been named the New Mexico Association CTE Teacher of the Year.
Walter Alleluia has been named the New Mexico Association for Career and Technical Educator CTE Teacher of the Year. Congratulations. More congratulations going out now because it is that time once again for the Kiwanis Club to recognize the most improved students of the month for the Alamogordo Middle Schools. I spoke with Ned Klein.
So in Holloman Middle School, the 6th grader was Jeremy Sullivan. The 7th grader was Madison De La Rosa. And the 8th grader is Isaiah Crowder. Chaparral Middle School, we had Raiden Rodriguez in the 6th grade, Zakiel Haynes Valverde in the 7th grade, and the 8th grade was Aurora Van Busischkem. And then at Mountain View Middle School, we had 6th grader Brendan Contreras, 7th grader Crystal Flores, and 8th grader Uriel De Dios.
The interview can be heard in full on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. The Alamo Senior Center presents the Valentine's Day Dance.
It's going to be held on February the 14th. That's on a Wednesday, and it's going to be here from 2 to 5 in the dining room. Dancing and music by Bo Rivers. The cost is $10. We're going to be having, for food, the brisket, baked potato, vegetables, a dinner roll, and dessert.
Gloria speaking with Crazy Radio. If you have any questions, call 575-439-4150. The Immaculate Car Club is bringing a car show to the Sergeant Willie Estrada Memorial Civic Center on February 17th.
It's called the Hugs and Kids Car Show, and we have one of our guys, Charles Bates. He's going to be in charge of bringing down the MB Riders from 7 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and our car show is going to be 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So we're going to be having roll-in where we're inviting all cars, all bikes, all pedal cars, motorcycles, anything that anybody has that they would like to show.
$20 to register your vehicle, and the money does go to a great cause. No charge for spectators. Check out the Immaculate Car Club Facebook page for details. The Village of Tularosa is having a community watch program meeting on February 19th at 6 p.m. That's at the old community building on Bookout Street. I spoke with Chris Rupp about what to expect.
Recently here in Tularosa, we've had a big influx and change in our police department. And so we've been lacking some officers, and we've had a lot more criminal activity throughout the community. Our goal is to get the community together. That way we could talk to a lot of the people in the community, find out exactly what some of their concerns are, ways we might be able to address it. And again, maybe just educate some of our public on things they can and can't do. Basically, watch out for them and their neighbors as well.
For details, check out the Making a Difference Tularosa Facebook page or call Rupp at 575-430-1002. Well, today is Thursday. Time now for an inspirational moment from our good friend, Pastor Lauren Noble.
Good morning, 95.1 listeners. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday Thought. You know, it was difficult for me to grasp how thousands of years ago people would take gold and fashion it into a calf, then pray to the calf and expect it to solve their problems, and my mind never really wrapped around that, as you could say. But then I thought, you know, really people are not that much different today and haven't been over the ages, because we tend to think that money will fix all of our problems. And I remember a time when somebody asked Andrew Carnegie how much money was enough money, and obviously he had made a fortune off of steel, and he thought about it for a moment and said, always more than you currently have. And that hasn't really changed either, because today we have the tendency, most people, to want more money and to go after more money and more money and more money, thinking it will buy happiness or solve all of our problems. So really, in a way, idolatry hasn't changed. We just changed our idols from fashioning a golden calf that we thought could solve our problems to worshiping the dollar bill and that thinks that we can solve our problems. And it's never going to change because, well, we worship the created rather than the creator. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, help us to turn unto you to solve our problems and not think money can fix them, or to worship something that really is not ever going to fix our problems because only you can do that. We just pray that we will be mindful of who we need to worship and who can actually fix all of our problems. Amen. If you need to contact me, you can do that at 575-295-1742. Until we meet again on the airwaves, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Bernalillo County Sheriff Deputy Michael Barreco has been accused of assault, but he's going to be able to wait for his trial at home. Judge Joseph Montano says he believes the state did not present clear and convincing evidence that Barreco is a danger to the community. Now that's vital when it comes to deciding whether a defendant can be released or not. State Prosecutor John Kloss argued that Barreco is a danger to the community and should remain behind bars while he awaits his trial.
One of the complaining victims attempted to explain himself, and as he and the other complaining victim approached the passenger side of defendant's vehicle, defendant pointed a gun at them and said, quote, "I'll take your soul from you," close quote, and also told them to back up and get away.
On January 24th, the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office deputy was arrested for allegedly threatening to shoot two people while drinking off duty in a convenience store parking lot. Prior to that interaction, surveillance video shows that Barreco bought a bottle of vodka and got into his car. Barreco's lawyer argued that the court should release his client with conditions, and Judge Joseph Montano seems to agree.
I'm finding that the state has not met its burden by clear and convincing evidence that Mr. Barreco is a danger. The court can fashion conditions of release to address what clearly seems to be an issue of alcohol, and that is something that can be monitored by pretrial services.
As part of Barreco's conditions of release, there is a zero tolerance for alcohol and firearms. He will be allowed to travel outside of the state to get treatment, but will require prior approval from the court. In a 4-5 vote, the Senate Health and Public Affairs Committee tabled Senate Bill 122, a Republican proposal that would have kept suspects charged with violent crimes in jail until trial.
Unfortunately, the legislature tabled that, but I respect their decision.
Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman speaking with KOAT.
We thought rebuttable presumption would be one way to preserve the safety of the community.
When asked what happens next, a spokesman for the governor said they don't have anything to add to the statement at this time. The state Senate has officially confirmed Teresa Casados as the next New Mexico Children, Youth, and Families Department Director by a 32-8 vote. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham appointed Casados to the position last year. Casados says there's a lot of work to do, but wants to work with lawmakers and advocates to improve the department. The Take Our Border Back convoy will be in Vado tonight at 6, featuring music and prayer as well as a peaceful protest and rally. I spoke with Bruce Poppy.
And what we're doing is a peaceful assembly of we the people that we're exercising our First Amendment rights of peaceful assembly and redress of our grievances against our government. We want to bring attention and more awareness, publicly, and to hopefully put some pressure on local, state, and federal governments to step up and do something concerning the invasion that's happening on our southern border.
The trucks pull out Friday morning for this weekend's rallies in Eagle Pass, Texas, Yuma, Arizona, and San Ysidro, California. Information's available by checking out takeourborderback.com. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 31 games for Mexico girls basketball today, including Cloudcroft at Lordsburg, and Tularosa heads to Hot Springs. Wow! Go, Lady Cats! There are 38 games for Mexico varsity basketball today, including Hot Springs at the Institute, and Cloudcroft heads to Lordsburg. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a 70% chance for showers, winds gusting up to 18. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with a 70% chance for showers. New precipitation amounts up to 1/4 inch expected. Winds are going to be gusting as high as 21 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 66. Low tonight, 43. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 36. High tomorrow, 54 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies. Winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. Partly cloudy and windy tonight with a 70% chance for snow. New snow accumulation less than 1/2 inch expected. Winds are going to be gusting up to 40 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies and windy tomorrow with an 80% chance for snow. New snow accumulation between 1 to 1.5 inches expected. Winds are going to be gusting up to 43 miles per hour. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 44. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 21. Low tonight of 29. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 15. High tomorrow, 33. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 14 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com. And learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.